Tie game. Game 7. The finals. 90 seconds left, and the winningest team in NBA history is about to lose everything. 73 wins. More than Jordan's Bulls. More than anyone who has ever played this game. And it all comes down to one chase-down block, and one impossible three. But to feel how far they fell, you have to go back to where they started, on top of the world. Summer, 2015. Golden State are champions for the first time in 40 years. A skinny kid from Davidson with a jump shot from another planet just won them a title and an MVP, and made it look easy. They've won that ring by beating Cleveland. LeBron dragging a broken roster nearly the whole way alone. He wouldn't forget it. Nobody's scared of a Warriors dynasty yet. That's about to change. Then, before the new season even tips off, head coach Steve Kerr goes down. Back surgery, then leaking spinal fluid and headaches that won't quit. He can't stand on the sideline. So Luke Walton, a 35-year-old assistant who's never been a head coach, picks up the clipboard. And the Warriors don't stumble. They detonate. This isn't one star and four helpers. It's 5 men who can all shoot, pass, and switch every screen. Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson pull up from the parking lot. They call them the Splash Brothers. Draymond Green guards all 5 positions and runs the whole offense from the elbow. Around them, 7-foot Andrew Bogut walls off the rim, and Andre Iguodala, last year's Finals MVP, comes off the bench like a luxury. Play them small, and they outscore everyone alive. They call it the lineup of death. Game 1 win. Game 10. Game 15. Game 20. They just don't lose. 24-0, the best start any team has ever had, and it isn't close. And at the center of it all, Curry, launching from the logo like it's warm-ups. They guard him at half court. Doesn't matter. He pulls up from 4 feet behind the line, and the whole building reaches for their phones before the ball even comes down. The streak finally dies in December, in Milwaukee. By then the question has already changed. It's not whether they're good anymore. It's whether they can break the most untouchable record in the sport. 72-10, the 96 Chicago Bulls. A record that stood for 20 years, one everyone swore would never fall. And the cruel part? The coach chasing it, the one still recovering at home. Kerr played on that Bulls team. He returns in January, and the winning doesn't slow down. 29 of the first 30. 36 of the first 38. And Curry is putting together a season no human has ever had. 30 a night. 50% from the floor, 45 from 3, 90 at the line. He leads the league in scoring and steals in the same season, just the 3rd player in history to pull that off. He's on pace for 400 threes, and the old record was his own, 286. He isn't breaking records anymore. He's lapping them. February, in Oklahoma City. Tie game, overtime, a few ticks left. Curry walks it up, and from 32 feet, the logo, he lets it fly. Bang. Warriors win. 46 that night, 12 threes on the road, against the very team that'll test them in May. April 13th. Home floor. Win number 73 on the line. He drops 46, drains his 402nd three, and it's done. 73-9. Think about that. 82 games, and they lost 9. The greatest regular season the sport has ever seen. Weeks later, they hand Curry the MVP, and every voter, all of them, puts him first. The first unanimous MVP in history. The regular season's over. Their name's in stone. Now they have to prove it meant something. Round 1. Houston. And it nearly comes apart before it starts. Chasing a shooter, Curry slips on a wet patch on the floor, and his knee folds under him. Sprained knee ligament. The best player alive, in a suit on the bench for 2 weeks. They get past Houston without him. Portland's next, and he's still out. Game 4, he checks in off the bench, rusty, feeling for his rhythm. Then overtime. And he pours in 17 points in that one 5-minute period. The most anyone has ever scored in a single overtime in NBA history. He's back. Portland's finished. On to the conference finals. And here's where it turns. Oklahoma City again. Kevin Durant on the wing. Russell Westbrook a freight train at point guard. The Thunder are longer, faster, and completely unafraid. Suddenly the dynasty looks mortal. And the record breakers are drowning, down 3-1. One more loss, and 73 wins becomes a punchline. Game 6, on the road, season on the wire, and Klay Thompson catches fire. He starts pulling from everywhere, and every one of them falls. 1 3, 2, 5, 8, 11 in a single playoff game. Nobody had ever done that. 41 points to drag them out of the grave. Game 7. Back home, Curry answers with 7 threes of his own. Down 3-1, they climb all the way out, back to the finals. Waiting there, the team they beat last June, and the best player on earth, with something to settle. Last year, Cleveland lost 2 stars to injury and still pushed them to 6. Now the Cavs are whole. And it starts just like everyone pictured. The first 2 games are a bloodbath, a 15-point win, then a 33-point demolition. Golden State takes 3 of the first 4. Up 3-1. No team in finals history had ever surrendered that lead. 1 win from back-to-back. 1 win from sealing the greatest season ever. But Draymond Green had been on a tightrope all postseason, a kick here, a tangle there, flagrant points quietly piling up. Then, in Game 4, an ugly swipe, a hand where it never should be, at the game's biggest star. It's one flagrant too many. Their emotional engine is suspended for Game 5. Without him, there's no answer. LeBron and Kyrie pour in 41 points apiece. 3-2. And you can feel the whole thing tilting. Game 6, on the road, the season leaking away, and Curry fouls out. Furious, he rips out his mouthpiece and fires it into the stands. Ejected. The unanimous MVP, thrown out of an elimination game. 3-3. One night for everything. June 19th. Oakland. Game 7. All of it right here. It's a standoff. Nobody pulls away. No lead bigger than a possession all night. Fourth quarter, the lead trading hands, 19,000 people barely breathing. Under 2 minutes. 89 all. And the scoring just stops. A miss. A break the other way. Andre Iguodala rising for the easy layup that breaks the tie. And out of nowhere, LeBron runs it down and pins it to the glass. The block. Still tied. The whole season hanging on the next trip down. The other end. Kyrie Irving, a step back, right in Curry's face, from the wing. It hangs up there forever. And drops. Cleveland by 3. 53 seconds left. The Warriors get one last look to tie. It won't go. 93-89. It's over. The team that won more games than anyone in history walks off with nothing. The first team ever to blow a 3-1 lead in the finals. 73 wins is still a number no one has ever touched. It'll probably outlive us all. That July, Kevin Durant walked away from Oklahoma City, the team Golden State had just beaten in the conference finals. And he signed with the Warriors. The rival who'd nearly ended them, now wearing their colors. One record-breaking season had ended with nothing. The next chapter would end with rings.